Alrighty, sorry for the little bit of delay. My phone's been acting up all fucking day, but it is what it is. Get it fixed eventually. But anyway, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for video number 2 on your 2 for Tuesday. Alright, video number 2 right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below on this channel and on my other channels, which are, like I said, down in my pants in the description box below. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Treat it like it's your biatch. Turn on all notifications, don't forget that. And share with your friends. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, fuck you, man. That's it. But if you really want to watch my videos so bad, because most of you are obsessed with me, because you love me so much, then just search my name, search my channels if you find them, and then go to my my video section or my live section, and my videos are right there. My latest video is right there in the videos or live section. Or if you want to watch my past videos, then you can do that as well. It's simple. Even a dumbass like you can do it. That has no subs and no videos and just hides behind troll accounts. You know who you guys are. But I digress on that. But in any case, like, share, subscribe, and do whatever the hell you want. And hit that bell, because it's kind of there for a reason. Alright, so for your 2 for Tuesday on video number 2 on this final day of January the 31st, 2023. Cold as balls. It's going to get colder here in the Northeast. The one you want to talk about Friday night and the Saturday and the Sunday. Oh, God. It's going to be like an igloo here in the Northeast. Thankfully, no snow, which is great. Just cold as balls. And I got to go out this weekend, which is even worse. Because I'm a busy man, unlike you people. But it is what it is. So, bundle up here in the Northeast, wherever you may be, unless you're in Florida or California, then you can wear a bikini for all I care. A sexy bikini for all you ladies out there. But I digress. We have a party. And that's it. But anyway, we move on. Alright, so video number 1, in the description box below, on the Metal God 669 channel, my tribute to Cindy Williams, otherwise known as Shirley from Laverne and Shirley, who passed away this past Wednesday, but the news came out, as usual, comes out late, when we found out yesterday that she passed away at the age of 75, a great actress on one of my favorite hit TV shows of the 70s and early 80s, Laverne and Shirley. And, yeah, so that's all I got to say about that. So check out the video down below in the description box below. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, we got NXT coming up in about 45 minutes. So I'm going to try to get this done really quick. And then we're going to go right into NXT. And I probably will not be doing my NXT review tonight. I might do it tomorrow, right before AEW. So we're getting back onto a normal schedule, sort of. But, since I'm a busy man, and I had the day off today, so from work, because I wasn't feeling well today. But I'm feeling much better right now. After getting some meds and getting some rest, before I even did my Cindy Williams video, I've been sleeping since, really, I went to bed late because I wasn't feeling well, and, got up by, 12 o'clock, and then, sit up for a little bit, and then went back to sleep for a little bit, then got up, and then did my video, my Cindy Williams video, and then I've been up ever since, but I feel tired, but I'm going to stay up and watch NXT, going to hang out with some good peeps, you know who they are, then hang out with my Puerto Rican goddess, Issa, the Demon Diva herself, on her NXT review. It's going to be like her banger. And that's pretty much it. So, we're have fun, talk some wrestling, talk some other shit, have a good time, watch some watch some wrestling, some clips here and there, and then we're going to have fun. And that's all that matters. And then later on about 10:15 or so, excuse me, on the, I can't talk, goddammit, on the Wrestling Inc. podcast, going to have more fun, more analysis, and good stuff. And that's it. Going to talk about Kota Ibushi, who has left New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's done with New Japan, I guess for now, because of that whole thing with him in Japan in the past, where management and him butted heads and everything. But now he's gone from New Japan, and now he's going to be appearing at GCW. Actually, he's going to be in an event for GCW, of all places, GCW. But we don't know, he's not hardcore. But he'll probably have a match with like Nick Wayne or some guy, and somebody good, maybe Effie in GCW. He's not going to get hardcore like all the other people in, like Nick fucking Gage or, Schlack. He's XPW, but it's another story. Hey, maybe he could team up with Rita. I don't know if she's the champion anymore, but the hardcore demonic Rita, or whatever her last name is. Hey, maybe they can team up. Hey, you never know. Maybe Kota will find his inner hardcoreness and hit somebody with a light tube. You never know. You stole my sushi, hit you with a light tube! That'd be funny. But I digress. So, we'll have more insight about that later tonight on the Wrestling Inc. podcast on YouTube. So, check it out. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to your Monday night review for last night, January the 30th, 2023. The fallout from this past Saturday's Royal Rumble event, which was a disappointment in my eyes. But you can check out my review on my Peter fucking Gilmore channel. And that's pretty much it. And a big lunch, I'm sorry. But anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so Raw last night was not very good. I mean, last week got a 2.3 thanks to Raw 30 on all the legends. This week, I assume probably got like a 1.4, 1.6. So, big dip down. But now it's the road to WrestleMania 39 in SoFi Stadium in LA. So, I think the ratings will start to go up a little bit by WrestleMania and then go back down. Every year. Like a roller coaster. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Like my dick in your mom's ass. But it is what it is. But still, it was a pretty meh show. We had a couple of matches announced for the next event, February the 18th. And that's a couple weeks away from this Saturday. The Elimination Chamber in that shithole city and shithole country of Canada. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And we already know that there's going to be a United States title Elimination Chamber match where Austin Theory will be taking on 5 other people. And we had qualifying matches last night for that. And then we found out later in the show there will be a women's Elimination Chamber match for the #1 contendership to, well, I would have said Charlotte Flair's title, but, and there's always a but, and it stinks, and boy did it stink last night with what Mommy Rhea Ripley said, but we'll get to that in a second. So we'll get that and a whole bag of chips. So we're on the road to the Elimination Chamber, and then we're going to be on the road to WrestleMania, where we already got a couple of matches already announced for that. And that's Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed title. And we had another match, which was announced by Mommy Rhea Ripley for a belt that really she should be going for, but we have that. So, but as always, card subject to change between now and April 1st and 2nd. All right, so let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time I already wasted. All right, so we are emanating from the Bach Center, not something else. Not the Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, but Bach Center. I want a Bach cock! Oh, sorry. The Bach Center, the BOK Center. And it wasn't really okay. Anyway, we're from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yep. Boomer Sooner, as JR would say. Alright, so our commentary team, as always, Kevin Patrick Milev and that idiot Corey Slave. And that's pretty much it. Let's move on. Alright, so we open up the show with a look back at the Royal Rumble. More specifically, Cody Rhodes returning at number 30 of all things. You should not have been at number 30 in my eyes. I think you should have been at number 25. At least 20, between 20 and 30. When he comes in at number 30, he wipes out 5 people and he wins the goddamn Rumble. And now he's probably going to go on a nice little winning streak up until Mania where he faces Roman, and I hope he gets his butt kicked. It's not time for him to win the title. No. You just came back and you're going to have like a handful, like at least 2 months to prepare. Which, give or take, is going to be about, let's see here, 3, probably 5, maybe 6 matches, and you're going to get the title after that? Come on! Or as Roman would say, come on! Come on! Really? No. What I would do, Roman beats Cody at Mania, Night 2, goes on to the next event, which will probably be in Saudi Arabia, maybe loses in Saudi Arabia, or what I would do as a booker, some smart, unlike you dumb marks out there, I would have freaking Roman go all the way to the SummerSlam before his 3-year anniversary of the belt, go 1,000 days as champ, and then lose to Cody at SummerSlam, wherever SummerSlam is going to be this year. That's what I would do. But I'm not Hunter. I'm not Nick Khan. Man, I'm not even freaking on the booking team. I'm just a schmuck from New York. I'm way better than JD, but that's just not my opinion. But it is what it is. Alright, so anyway, we see that. So, we're going to hear from Cody right now as we get the music of Cody Rhodes. And he comes out looking fabulous. Adrenaline in my soul. Cody Rhodes is still the hoe. Pretty much. Anyway, so he, gets a medium-sized reaction. There's nobody else Cody Rhodes right now, but it is what it is. And he fears Roman after what Issa said to him at the press conference. Everybody was asking about him, and then Issa gets up and asks Cody, like, oh, everybody's talking about you. What do you think about Roman now? And Cody was like, I don't want to even say his name because you fear him. You know you're gonna get stacked, smashed, and pinned at WrestleMania Night 2. You know. I would have went with Walter to go against freaking Roman. That would have been way better. Or what they did at the Rumble, have Sami Zayn go against Roman at Night 2. But, Sami's not in the Rumble, but, maybe have Cody versus Sami at the Elimination Chamber in a match for said contendership. And if Sami wins, Sami faces Roman at the Rumble, and I wouldn't care if Sami would have won at Mania, I should say. I wouldn't care if Sami won it at Mania. I wouldn't care. He was not going to hold it that long, like Cody would if he wins at Mania. He ain't going to hold it that long. At most, he's going to hold it till probably SummerSlam or getting close to Survivor Series. But we'll have to see. And we'll move on. So anyway, Cody comes out. He's like, I've been doing this for over 15 years. Since I first started here. And, he started off in Ohio Valley Wrestling, the minor leagues. And there's a sign on that building that says, Tomorrow Superstars Today. Hey, kind of like Impact. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. Big ups to Impact. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, he remembers getting ready to go in on his first day and thinking he would be the WWE champion in 2 years. No. Then he would go on to become the next John Cena. No. And he says, if I could talk to my 19-year-old self, I would tell him that it would be a little bit harder to do. Well, you're 30-something now, and you have a beautiful baby girl named Liberty, and you have a smoking hot wife named Brandy. So you're a lucky man, but you're not a champ. I mean, no, AEW champ doesn't count. Ring of Honor don't count. Even TNT title, that really don't count. But anyway, we move on. Talks about dashing Cody Rhodes, or about painting his face like Stardust, or even marrying the woman who keeps saying the wrestlers' names every night. So he kind of mentioned Brandy, but didn't name her by name, of course. Eden Styles. Or that he lost a 295-pound friend, Brody Lee, by gaining a 6-pound one with the same eyes. I guess Liberty means. Or about taking hiatus to try to build up the industry, AEW, but then coming back to punch a ticket to go to WrestleMania. He wouldn't tell himself a single thing because every step on this broken road has been 100% worth it. Then he heard some people singing his theme song, Kingdom, on the way to the ring, and at first was it true, wrestling has more than one royal family. Yeah, you think? The Guerreros, the Mysterios, the Rhodes. He says that's true, and to prove it, he has to stand across from the Tribal Chief. We must acknowledge Roman Reigns every single night. We have to. It's given. Anyway, he said, Cody says, I have to stand across from the LeBron James of this era. Not even close to LeBron, dude. Of maybe this era, maybe I would go there, but I mean, of all time, I would probably say Michael Jordan. Just me. And the man who has been the champion for 800 something days. That's 883 days there, Cody. Do your math. And that's Mr. Roman Reigns, of course. My notes. Come on, computer, wake up. There you go. So we mentioned WrestleMania is, well, as of this video, 61 days, so a month and a day from tomorrow. And for the rest of his life, that's going to be the night that Cody has to prove himself at everything, but, well, basically he has to prove himself in 61 days that he is the best, when he's not. And then out come the Judgment Day. We have Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and our good friend, ex-con Dom Guerrero. It's not Mysterio, it's Guerrero. Right, Eddie? What's right, you say? That's my son. Why he's a gringo like me. He has the same mullet as me, too, back in the day, you know, like 1995, I say. Yeah, I remember that mullet. That was a great mullet. I mean, you Guerreros have nice hair, you know, like Hector and Chavo. Don't mention Chavo, he's a gringo, too. Oh. Okay. But my son is great. Okay. He said it himself. But anyway, so they come out, and Dom talks about how Cody ruined his Rumble. That's like, it should have been me winning the Rumble, and basically saying you wouldn't have lasted long in prison. He says you would have got. And that's R-Truth said that a long time ago. Then he says, now if Cody had run the whole way through like Rhea Ripley did at number 1, that actually would have meant something. Yeah, I agree. So then, you know, Finn Balor says, like, oh, you took everything from me. You stole everything from me since day one. You know, kind of mentioned the Bullet Club, but not by name. That was kind of funny. So they insult each other's family and blah, blah, blah. And then Cody's like, hey, well, I'm here. You're here. Let's do it. Let's have a fight right now. So eventually, the match is on for later on in the night, in the main event. But before we, then we kind of look at the card for last night's event. You know, Seth Rollins taking on Chad Gable in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Then we have Baron Stu and Corbin taking on Johnny Gargano in another qualifying match. And we had that as the main event. So we go back in the arena. Cody's high-fiving the fans, and Judgment Day is just looking on. And then they're about to go to the back, and then we hear the music of, "Hey kids, it's Edge." So Edge comes out, spears Dom again, and beats the crap out of Damian Priest, and he goes after Finn Balor, because, that's not going to end, so maybe either the Elimination Chamber or Hell in a Cell, most likely at Mania. So they go at it. Cody gets involved in it. I was like, oh, maybe we're going to get a tag match out of this? No, just Cody versus Finn Balor in the main event. That's pretty much it. So all that, I gave 3 out of 5 stars. All that. A lot of discombobulated stuff. And let's move on. All right, then we go to match number 1, the first Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So we got Seth freaking Rollins taking on Alpha Academy's own Chad Gable. Sheesh, please. Thank you. So anyway, we had a big tree trunk himself, Otis, at ringside. Match was okay, nothing great. Starts up with Gable, doing some chain wrestling to knock Seth down. And Rollins has to, yeah, okay, you're going to take this seriously. So, then we get another takedown. Rollins is in trouble again. As we go to a break, we come back. Rollins hits a clothesline, does some kicks to face. Then Gable comes back, tries for the Chaos Theory suplex, doesn't work for him. And Seth then hits the Falcon Arrow for a near fall. Then they get back up, and they trade pinfall reversals for a little bit until Chad Gable muscles Seth down for another very near fall. Then he locks in the ankle lock, but Seth kicks him away and rolls into a pedigree. Boom! Planted him in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins the match, and he is the first participant inside the Elimination Chamber, along with Austin Theory. And we see what other 4 members will be going in the next week or 2. Well, next week, basically, because we got after, Johnny Gargano and Chad Gable, we got 3 other people to go inside the chamber. So probably get some more matches on Friday, and then maybe a match or 2 next week. And that'll fill the chamber up. And along with the women's matches, too. Alright, so Seth gets the win. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And pretty much it. Nothing really else to say. And that's that. Alright, then we quickly go to match number 2. And that's Candice LeRae, who had Mishin, that's Mia Yim, by her side. She takes on my third wife, the beautiful, vivacious genius of the sky, and that is the lovely Io Sky. So good. Who comes out with Bailey, give me a hug, and Dakota Kai, looking fabulous as always. Both of them look fabulous, and even, the entire Damage Control look great. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so this match was okay. Nothing great. So also with Io taking Candice down easily. If you go to break for 3 seconds. Did I say 3 seconds? Anyway, we come right back. Candice gets sent to the outside for a big suicide dive by Io. But she comes right back up with a springboard spinning dive of her own. And we go to a longer break. We come back with Candice grabbing a German superplex from the bottom rope, which was sick. Gets a near fall out of that. Then she hits a poison run on Io, planting her in the middle of the ring. Then she tries for Mrs. LeRae's Wild Ride, which is not as great as Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Disneyland, or Disney World. And that gets blocked by Io. Io tries for the over the moonsault, and Candice got her knees up. But then we get a distraction at ringside by Mia Yim and Bailey and Dakota Kai get involved. And eventually we get a 2 count by Candice. And Candice then goes after Bailey, who got on the apron, which allowed Io to grab a sunset flip with a handful of panties. 1, 2, 3. Once again, Io gets the win. Made me very happy. And that's all I gotta say about that. Io should always win. She should be the Raw or SmackDown Women's Champion right now. Just saying. But anyway, match was alright. Gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Then we move on. All right, then we got to look back at Mommy Rhea Ripley winning the Women's Royal Rumble from the number 1 spot as she threw Liv Morgan out to end the match. Thanks to Asuka, of course. Oh, sorry, Kana. I'll get to her in a minute. So Rhea comes out for her WrestleMania announcement. Talks about running the gauntlet all the way from number 1 to the end, even dislocating her knee, popping it back in. Ow! And she still won the match. She had blood. I mean, there was a lot of women in that match that got injured. Dakota Kai was one of them. That's why you saw her in pants and everything. Then what happened with Becky Lynch a little later on. But, I mean, it's what it is. So, she mentions winning the gauntlet. Now she gets to pick who she wants at WrestleMania between Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and possibly Roxy. That's Roxanne Perez. Talked about 3 years ago, her career was just about to start, WrestleMania 36. But then Charlotte took her down at WrestleMania for the NXT title at the time. Somehow Charlotte is always in the title picture, what do you think? And somehow always at the top of her game. That's given. And Rhea doesn't like things to be overplayed. So she tells Charlotte to enjoy everyone bowing down to her. Because they're about to rise to someone new, I should say. And she says, Charlotte Flair, I choose you. And I'm like, fuck! No! Why? I'm like, why? I'm like, Mommy, what are you doing? You had Bianca Belair in the palm of your hand. Would have been a much better match, but you want to go against Charlotte again, who's beaten you like 3 times already? I wish I had my Book of Doom. I don't even have it anymore. What can I use? I could use this. I could use the old Pad of Doom. Dumb. I mean, seriously, why? Why would they book this match? When you have Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in the palm of your hand, and well, this is going to change. Makes no freaking sense. But then I thought about it after a while, because now that Bianca now doesn't have an opponent for WrestleMania, and then they're going to do this women's elimination chamber match with people that are in it, the final 4 from the Women's Royal Rumble, plus 2 a winner from next week and probably from SmackDown to complete that. And I'm like, maybe it's not so bad, because I think I know who's going to win that. If you say Piper Never, I'm going to kick your ass. But I digress. So anyway, so we got Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship coming up at WrestleMania. And I guess we'll hear from Charlotte Flair this Friday night on SmackDown regarding that. And I guess the feud going up to that will be okay. I just hope freaking Rhea wins. That'd be nice. Though I'd rather have Kana, Asuka, win the SmackDown title and then have Rhea win the Raw Women's Championship. Just saying. And that's pretty much it. So, I mean, the segment was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but just, Rhea, you chose poorly. Or as Indiana Jones would say, he chose poorly. And we'll see if Rhea Ripley turns to dust at WrestleMania. And that's it. Alright, we move on. Alright, then we go to the back with Byron. No, was it Byron? I think it was Byron or Kathy Kelly, looking amazing. Well, probably Kathy Kelly. Who cares about Byron Saxton? Sorry, Alfred. I'm sorry, that's your dad, I know. But, Anyway, so Seth freaking Rollins is in the back. He's all ready for the Elimination Chamber so he can win the United States title. Then go on to WrestleMania. And Kathy stops him saying, well, what do you think about Logan Paul eliminating him from the Royal Rumble on the other night? So Seth's like, Bye. I'm like, yeah, Seth Rollins and Logan Paul at WrestleMania, which is going to be a boring match. Boring. Who wants to see? I mean, I'd rather see Logan Paul and Ricochet go at it at WrestleMania, not him and Seth Rollins. I don't think it would be that great of a banger, but still. But anyway, I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, now I'm going to rush a little bit because I got 20 minutes to go. All right, then we go to our next qualifying match. We got Johnny Gargano, who came out with that creepy man himself, Dexter Lumis. He takes on Baron Stormin Corbin with JBL. And this was a match. Corbin starts Fast and Furious. Not like that movie, because Fast Furious 10 looks like it's going to suck. Anyway, so Corbin starts fast, hits an early choke breaker for a near fall. That gets broken up. Gargano sends Corbin to the floor for a dropkick through the ropes. Then Corbin breaks up one final beat, punches Gargano to the floor. Then we get a choke slam on the barricade. Ow. As we go to break. Come back, Gargano hits the slingshot spear, the gotcha spear, followed by a super kick for a near fall. Corbin comes right back with a deep 6, which never wins. Gets a near fall on that. Gargano then knocks him to the outside, where Dexter is up with some hatchets, like axes, and takes JBL's hat. And JBL's like creeped out a little bit. Corgier's like, what the hell is he doing? That's a $10 hat. Anyway, that caused a distraction for Gargano to get kneed out of midair on a suicide dive attempt. Corbin brings him back in, tries for end of days, gets counted into a roll-up, and Johnny Gargano gets the win, and he is the third participant in the Elimination Chamber match. So we got Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, and Austin Theory inside the chamber. And we got one more match coming up later in the night. Bronson Reed and Dolph Ziggler. Guess who wins that one? So we got all that. So it doesn't really look like a great chamber match, per se, but I expect some, maybe some big, not big, well, maybe a big spot here and there from the top of the chamber, or maybe from the pod or something like that. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. And we move on. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the MVP Lounge with his special guest, Austin Theory, the United States Champion. And he comes out, once again goes, "The champ is here!" Because, you know, John Cena's, like, lurking in the background. What's he talking about my trick for his children? Anyway, Theory talks about watching the VIP Lounge for a long time ago. He didn't have it a long time ago there, dude. Anyway, Theory wants to come here and revitalize the show, but instead they should just change the show to the Austin Theory live show. No. MVP's like, that ain't gonna happen. You know, he said, I have the ring, this is my show. Let's talk about the Elimination Chamber. Why not? Let's do it, like Paul Stanley was like. So Theory says, I've been in the chamber before. I got beat up by Brock Lesnar. What, you did? He talks about, and then MVP talks about being in the chamber before getting beat up by The Undertaker. Oh, that awesome spot by The Undertaker. Oh, which led to him going to WrestleMania, by the way. Which is what would happen if Theory faced Bobby Lashley. That gets brushed off. Theory really has nothing else to say. It's like, I already beaten Bobby twice. Theory isn't scared of him because Brock Lesnar is coming for Lashley. But MVP thinks he should be scared. And then on cue, Bobby Lashley comes out, goes after Theory. MVP holds him for a spear, but Lashley accidentally speared him. Uh-oh. And then Theory bails, and Lashley starts yelling at him. I don't know if we're going to get a Hurt Business reunion. I guess we'll have to see what happens with that. And we move on from there. Alright, so I give that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Judgment Day. There. And Finn Balor wants Edge to know that he works Mondays. And as for Cody Rhodes, he says that I'm going to prove that it should have been me winning the Rumble. So we got that. So we'll see what happens in the main event. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Okay, after that, then we get a look at Batista's new movie that nobody cares, right? With Knock in the Cabin. What the fuck it is? Looks like a ripoff of, what's that movie? The Final Days, or what's that movie called? The Last Days, the Last 28 Days, or I forget what it is. Where the world's about to end. Basically, almost the same movie, but in a cabin. You have to say yes to me, or this will happen. Like, who cares about you, Batista? Shut up. Don't watch it. Trust me, don't watch it. That's all I gotta say about that. So those are just nobody cares. Nobody cares segment. Didn't care. All right, then it's time for another hit talk show on WWE Raw. We got Miz TV with the man himself, The Jizz. So he's not happy that he was the first man eliminated in the Rumble by Walter. Miz has been humiliated about everything has gone wrong in the last few months. And he wants what he deserves. He wants a shot inside the Elimination Chamber. So on cue, Adam Pearce comes out and says that, oh, you're going to have a match. And then Miz is like, no, I'm in a suit that my wife gave me. Pearce is like, I don't give a shit. You're going to have a match with this man. And out comes the returning Rick Boogs. Without his guitar, guy looks stacked. His muscles are like on top of his muscles. It's like almost looks like Scott Norton or even Scott Steiner when he was on the roids. And dude is like big fucking muscles on his arms and chest and legs. Really, he must have really roided up. Holy crap. But anyway, so he makes his return. He's going to be on the Raw roster now. I'm like, okay, where's your guitar, dude? What's going to happen with Shinsuke now? Now that Pat McAfee's going to be back on SmackDown this Friday night, we're not going to see any more, not much dancing from him. Even when Rick Boogs plays his electric twanger for Shinsuke when he comes out. Now that Shinsuke comes out, Pat's not going to really dance much. I mean, he'll still be on the roster, and he'll come out and he'll still dance here and there, but still be more. It's more epic when Rick Boogs comes out. I came to rock, Shinsuke Nakamura. Stuff like that. We're not gonna hear that much. But anyway, Boogs makes it official, of course, and then Rick Boogs basically beats the living bejesus out of Miz in his $10,000 suit that Maurice got him. Well, sucks to be you. I wonder where Maurice got that suit. Hey, Maurice, did you get it at the Men's Warehouse? Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, which is always our sponsor, you're gonna like the way you look. I can guarantee it. So go to the Men's Warehouse if you want to look good for your lady. Tell him Peter Gilmore sent you. Anyway, we move on from there. So we get this ridiculous garbage filler match. And as always, Rick Boogs wins with the Gorilla Press into the World's Strongest Slam. 72 seconds later, this match was done. Didn't need to be on the show. Should have been on main event or something like that. But anyway, Rick Boogs gets the win in his return match. Whoop-de goddamn dude. Gave it 1.5 out of 5 stars. Did not give a flying fuck. And that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we see the Alpha Academy. Otis and Chad Gable walk past the Maximo Male models. That's Marseille, Mansoir, and the beautiful Sophia Cromwell, otherwise known as Maxine Dupree. So they go, they go into the locker room, and I think Marseille was kind of a little bit perturbed. Marseille and Mansoir were a little bit perturbed, but then Maxine stops them, and then she sees Otis, and she's like, No, I think Mansoir's like, what a pitiful creature. And then Maxine's like, wait, that's perfect. He's perfect for us. I'm like, oh no. Really? They're going to make freaking Otis a freaking male model? Oh my god. He's going to come out wearing like a Speedo. I'm like, oh. No. No, for the love of God, no. They're gonna break up Alpha Academy so that Otis kind of gets back to his peak, if you will. So instead of a hot piece of ass like Mandy Rose, he's gonna get a semi-hot piece of ass like Maxine Dupree. But God, please, for the love of God, don't make him join that garbage jobber group. So we have to see him in ridiculous clothes. Oh, that's a Vince McMahon idea. And you know he's in Titan Towers, like writing it down. Otis. Let's put him in the Maximo Male bottles. Since the Hunter looks at it like, I don't think this is a good idea, Vince. Vince is like, shut up! It's a good idea! Make it so, or you're fired. And I was like, okay, whatever you say, Dad. Goes it to the wayside. This is a Vince McMahon idea, and I hate it. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I give that 1.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, let's quickly run down the rest of the show. Alright, we gotta look back at Roman Reigns' betrayal by Sami Zayn and him retaining over Kevin Owens. And then Sami turning on the Tribal Chief and then earning himself a big-ass beatdown and Jey Uso leaving the bloodline, so to speak. And we're going to see what happens on SmackDown this Friday. Because I think the Tribal Chief will be in the building, along with Jimmy, Solo, and the Wise Man, Paul Heyman. And if you didn't hear what Roman said, when he was going up the ramp, going to the back, he said, Solo, we're at war. We're taking no prisoners. I'm like, oh boy. We're at tribal war. Not global nuclear thermal war, per se, not war games. But we got a war going on between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Tribal Chief himself. And then you put, Jey Uso on the sidelines, like, oh, I want to fight Roman again. Let's run it back. I'm like, yo, you a dumbass? But there's a purpose to that because Jay's going to take on Roman, get his ass kicked again, and then eventually at the Elimination Chamber, he's going to screw, not like that, he's going to screw Sami, so we're going to get the Montreal Screwjob 2, 27 years later. So Sami's going to ask for a title shot. Really, Roman's going to laugh it off, but give it to him anyway. And Sami's going to be this close to winning, and then Jey Uso's going to come out and screw him. You were supposed to be my brother, this is how you treat me? Well, fuck you, man! Pretty much. And that's it. Alright, so we'll see what happens on SmackDown this Friday night. Alright, then we got Bayley. Don't give me a hug. She comes out, talks about damage control, dominating the Royal Rumble. 7 eliminations between all 3 of them. Well, together, I should say. Then, the highlight was them getting rid of Becky Lynch. So Bayley's like, I'm done with you, Becky, because I beat you before. I beat you again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And then, the man, Becky Lynch comes out saying, we're not done yet. We are far from done. And Becky says, my goal at the Royal Rumble was to prevent you and Damage Control from winning. She did that, obviously. She thinks Bayley is making excuses for getting out of the cage match last week. No, the reason why she got out of it is because of the trial of Sami Zayn. But we won't talk about that. But Bayley's like, no, that's not the reason. So she says that Becky's not good enough for any of this, including Seth Rollins, her husband. And then she had the savage line of the night. The only reason he married you because he knocked you up. Ooh. Right in the nuts. Right in the lady nuts. So that was savage. So Becky thought they were only fighting about wrestling. So how about we have the cage match next week on Raw in Orlando, Florida, where it all started about a year or so ago. But it was like, nah. I'm not going to do it. So Becky's like, okay, I'll be right back. And then she drags out Dakota Kai, who's already injured, and then she wraps a chair around her leg to even further damage her. I think she has an injured leg anyway. She's about to Pillmanize the leg, and then Bailey runs out of the ring. He's like, okay, we'll do the match next week. So the match is now made official. So we get that. And then Becky starts laughing and says, you might want to check on Io. I'm like, you son of a bitch. You want to touch Io? That's my chick. Nobody touches her except me. That's all I gotta say about that. And we move on with that. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. All right, about 5 minutes away, so we're going to end this up pretty quick. All right, after that, we got Adam Pearce in his office on his phone, probably talking to somebody. We see Kathy Kelly there, and he has not one, but 2 major announcements. The first one being Bayley and Becky in the cage next week. That should be the main event there, Adam Pearce, but it won't. Most likely it won't. Then the second announcement, there's going to be a Women's Elimination Chamber match for the right to face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. And the first four participants are going to be Liv Morgan, Kana, Raquel Rodriguez, and Nikki Cross, the final 4 women in the Rumble. Well, minus Rhea, because she won. And we'll also find out one more of the final 2 participants in a fatal 4-way match next week. And that's going to be between Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, Piper Niven, no more Dewdrop, thank the Lord, and the returning Carmella. So that makes Corey Graves' dick really, well, not even go up that much, because we know he has a small dick. We get that. And then Chelsea Green comes in. She debuted at the Rumble. She comes in and basically does a Karen-type gimmick, says, I'm not happy with my accommodations. Are you the manager? And Pierce is like, yeah, let's go to your locker room. Let's do something about that. And then Chelsea's like, I want some Swiss chocolate. And Adam's like, oh, we'll get you some Swiss chocolate. All right, get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay. So we get that. So Chelsea Green looks like she's going to be on the Raw roster. Doing what? Who knows? All right, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Then we go to Dolph Ziggler and Bronson Reed. Thanks for coming there, Dolph Ziggler, because you didn't do much. Bronson Reed wins the match. He is the 4th participant in the chamber match, as he wins with a tsunami in about a little over 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? Pretty much. We get that. So really nothing to say there. 1.5 out of 5 stars for that. All right, then we got Carmella in the back. She's now back. She's going to be in that Fatal 4-Way match next week, which makes Corey Graves really happy. And then she runs into Kana, well, without the face paint. And man, her eyes. Ooh, she hypnotized me with her eyes and her fit. Ooh, she looked good. And she's like, I'm not scared of you or any woman in this locker room. And Kana's like, blue mist coming out of her mouth. Ugh. That's creepy. But yeah, if you saw my community post, you wish it was something else. And when she's with me, it's different colors. If you know what I mean. But yeah. I guess there's your winner of the Elimination Chamber match. Please, for the love of God, make it Kana. Please! Don't give it to Candice, because that match will suck. Piper? Pfft, no, we've done that before. Carmella? We've done that before. I mean, Nikki Cross? We've done that before. So, logical choice. Asuka will win the match and go on to WrestleMania and wipe the floor with Bianca Belair and her hair. So she will be Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania Night 1. And I can't be any more happier. That's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to ringside. Corey Graves is a little bit freaked out by, what Asuka did to his woman. Oh, I'm happy that she's coming back, but I'm kind of creeped out by Asuka. Okay. All right, get that. All right, then we go to Rick Boogs in the locker room with the Street Profits and Elias. And then we find out that next week we got Elias versus Montez Ford in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. And Angelo Dawkins is going to have one of his own. He's going to be taking on Damian Priest. So I'm probably going to go with I'll go with Montez Ford and Damian Priest to go inside the chamber. So there's your final 6. And that's all I got to say about that. Let me move on, and I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, with about 2 minutes left, let's quickly go through the main event of the evening. Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor for the first time. It was all right. Nothing great. But the ending was kind of bleh. Cody's figure 4 gets counted into a small package for a near fall. Then the Judgment Day surround Cody. And on cue, Edge comes out, beats the crap out of them, spears Dom. And then Mommy Rhea Ripley goes after him. But then Beth fucking Phoenix comes out, spears Mommy Rhea Ripley again on those injured ribs she had from Saturday night. And then Edge gets on the apron, causes a distraction, which leads to the coup de grace getting broken up. And then Cody grabs Finn, locks him in the crossroads. Boom! 1, 2, 3. Your winner in just under 15 minutes. Cody Rhodes in a pretty decent match. I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it for Monday Night Raw. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so that's Monday Night Raw in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section of the video. Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash that bell to get notified. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go watch NXT, and I gotta I'll just put on NXT right now. My on the Rich Man's cable. Alright, we're about to start. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. So I'm out of here. Peace, bitches.